Women of Power podcast is a platform for passionate and influential women who are catalysts for change, pioneers in their fields, the change makers, the trailblazers, performers and influencers, driven entrepreneurs and professionals. They play a vital role in driving economic growth and bridging the talent shortages across organizations of various scales. Building cause-based businesses to create positive impact in their communities and towards sustainable goals for the people, planet, and prosperity. In every industry, women are shattering barriers and strive to create a space where they can exhibit their achievements and motivate other women to unleash their limitless potential. We encourage collaboration, networking, and knowledge sharing among women. Let's inspire and learn from one another while sharing our valuable experiences. Thank you for joining us and listening to this episode. Hello, welcome to another episode of Women of Power. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another episode. Women of Power podcast is a platform for passionate and influential women who are catalyst pioneers in their field, the change makers, trailblazers, performers, and influencers, and driven entrepreneurs and professionals. They play a vital role in our driving economic growth and bridging the talent shortages in organizations of various scales, building cause-based businesses to create positive impact in their communities towards sustainable goals for the people, planet, and prosperity. Women of Power is a dynamic platform that recognizes the incredible potential of women as a driving force behind global economic growth. It is a platform that celebrates and empowers women of passion and power. As always, I am always on the lookout for amazing women who are, despite their challenges, journey, circumstances, they are doing phenomenal work in the communities and in their lives. Today, my guest is an amazing singer. You'll love to hear her, Christina Edwards. She's a passionate singer known for her soul-stirring vocal talent. She was born in a Spanish town, Jamaica, and as a little girl, a 4-year-old, she found her love for music and started singing at Jamaica Love 101 radio station and Small People TV programs, as she says, at the early age of 4 years. Her early success brought her voice on many radio stations throughout Canada, USA, and Jamaica. She has been playing piano since age of 11 and has been singing over 30 years. My goodness. Wow. So you'll hear her influenced by her deep-rooted Christian upbringing. She used her gift of singing to uplift and spread messages of hope, love, and faith. And some of her most notable performances have been at UN Ambassador Peace Conference, Jerkfest, Rastafest, Ribfest, and Downsview Parc. Christina also collaborates on musical projects with her daughter and husband, in which the duets and cover songs have hear this, 4.2 million views and impressions. Wow. All right, let's give Christina a big applause. Welcome to the show, Christina. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Thank you. How are you?
I am doing great. So excited to meet you and hear about you. So tell us, what did I miss about your introduction?
Okay, you pretty much got everything. I grew up in the church, started off singing at a very young and tender age, right? And I immersed into my singing career as I grow, which is really a blessing for me.
Excellent. Tell me a little bit more about what motivates you daily.
Okay, so what motivates me daily are my children, because I have me and my husband, we have 5 children
Oh, wow.
together. Yes.
Busy mom.
Yeah, very.
Uh,
Yeah, so I have which is 3 girls and 2 boys. And I'm always mindful that I have to prepare for their future. And Canada is a land of vast opportunity, especially in their education. So
mm,
what motivates me is just to make sure I prepare the best for their future and do everything that I can do possible to make them be successful.
this is a just being a mom is a big job, and
Yes, it
for
is.
preparing 5 children for future, I salute you.
Thank you. It's a lot, but they motivate me every day just to see a
Understatement.
smile on their face every day, you know?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's an understatement to say that it's a hard job. Yeah,
It's a busy job.
it's a extremely busy job.
Yeah,
There are no words there.
I know.
Yes. So, tell me a little bit more on, it's every person has their ups and downs and journeys, and we all go through things. And it seemingly life may look like perfect, but behind the scenes, people have a whole lot to overcome where they are. And your industry, I'm not very familiar with music industry, but I can only imagine it has its
Yes.
own challenges to get to a stage where you are right now. So, tell me a little bit more. I'm just going to ask a two-part question. Express this in your own words, in any order. So, let's say, how does your music help you overcome difficulties? And what difficulties and music helped you overcome? Right, in both ways around that. Music is soothing, it heals the soul, right?
Exactly.
um but just having music is not enough. There's so much that you still have to on your living, education, everything else, your regular responsibilities, and staying
Yes.
pursued for that passion.
Yes, you actually took the words out of my mouth when you say music is very soothing. It brings a comfort, like even when I'm going through like a rough time. This is something that gives me comfort. I can find comfort within my music. So for example, if I'm sad today or I'm going through one of the roughest moments, and I'm so encouraged to go sometime in my basement, because I have a home studio, which you can see I'm right here. So once I start singing, it reached deep within the soul, like it touches even my very being, right? And it's like once I immerse myself into music, it makes me transform like into another realm. It it it's like a healing. Healing is in the music. I like to write songs. I like to play them for my children. Even my son, he's from the age of about 4, he plays. So he plays the piano, like just naturally without no one teaching him. So sometimes I will sit with him and I'll be singing, and he will just playing the music with me, and it's a healing. It brings soothing, it brings healing, and it touches all my family, even all my children. They will sometimes go on the computer, listen, playing my music, and it brings something different, like to me, and it brings me and my family also together closer.
Well,
through music.
I
So
can I can't sing myself, but I love music, and especially the music that is soothing, not it's just my preference, not within
yes,
a heavy instrument, but um,
yes,
the voice. And I have listened to the music in many different languages that I
wow,
don't speak. There is something about music that just the sound of it touches you deep as you have.
yes,
It lifts you up, even if you
yes,
were not able to translate it.
yes,
Just the
that's right.
sound
Yeah,
only. So I don't know how else to express what you have said, that it takes you into the other realm. I agree with
yes,
it. It does. It
it
does.
does. Hmm.
And especially then children at a very young age, when they are exposed to that environment,
Yes,
it becomes like so natural for them to pick it up,
yes,
right?
true.
I am amazed, the ability, and especially having your husband also sings and writes music, and
Yes,
I am assuming you both play instruments as well. So,
yes,
but I think there is where you are right now. Um, I'm sure that you've been through a journey. So you grew up in Jamaica, now you're in
yes,
Canada. Tell us. You tell us that I'm sure that there are many stories you will tell your children, right, or grandchildren, but something that you share with the world. Tell us something about your journey. You're open and willing to tell
yes.
people out there.
Yes. Well, for me, I grew up in Jamaica, and in Jamaica there was a lot of ups and downs, and mostly downs. So there was we went through a lot, and then after me and my husband got the opportunity to come to Canada, we weren't landed immigrants then. So throughout the journey, it was a lot of moving from houses to houses, going through struggles with our children. And it was really, really rough. And what kept me most of all, it's my faith in God. My faith in God, it helped me to move forward. Even when I feel like giving up, I wanted to give up many times because the struggle was really rough, especially moving from houses to houses. I couldn't settle in one home for too long because I wasn't landed. We weren't landed immigrants at that time for maybe about 10 years. We were moving from places to places. So it was really a rough journey, but my faith in God, it kept me strong. It helped me to move forward. And, one of my biggest supporter was my husband. He motivates me so much, even with my singing, and that helps me a lot. Along with my faith in God, I had a very supportive husband that pushed me forward. He's one of them that even helped me to continue even my singing journey, because sometimes you just don't want to, when you're
Mhm.
going through the struggles of life, you just don't want to do anything. You just want to sit sometime and cry. Sometimes you just don't want to have your children seeing struggles, like seeing you move from one places to the next, have to be pulling them, see, just watching them, seeing you struggle and they're experiencing the same thing. That's not a good feeling, because as a mother or a parent, you want the best for your children. That's one of your main goal that you want them to be successful, you want them to have the best life ever, you want them to live a life that you will never get the chance to live. So even through all those struggles, my husband is always a strong one. Sometimes I look at him and it seems like he's not going through nothing, because he know how to hold the family together. Sometimes when I say, I don't feel like singing, I don't feel like doing nothing, I don't want to I just don't want to do anything. And sometimes in my singing, like I feel like I wasn't good enough. I'm like, I don't think I'm good. He's like, you're good enough. You can do it. He's the one that went and get the home studio and he said, you're gonna sing. And the first time he told me if I do something wrong, he will be like my coach also. He'll be like, okay, don't do it this way, do it that way. And whenever I do it, I remember the first time I went online on social media, on Facebook specifically, and he recorded a song in the studio and I put it out. The first day it went to, I think, 100,000 views. And in a week, it went to 500,000. And within a month, it went to in the millions.
Oh, wow.
And it was through him, the push. And he's the one that he's very talented. We call him, in Jamaica, we use the term jack of all trades. He literally can do everything. So he also records me in the studio. He knows to record. He do everything in the studio. He do my videos, everything you can name it, construction, everything in this world. There's nothing you can put to him and say he can't do it.
He writes the
Even
music?
if he doesn't know, he just look it up and then he can do it. So he's one of my biggest motivator, and he pushed me forward, and along with my faith in God. So, you know, I'm really encouraged and I'm really happy and give God thanks for it.
And you're fortunate too to have a partner like that.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. And I want to ask you, does he write the music or you write your own music as well?
Yes, the thing is, because I always used to tell him I can't write music no matter what. He always tell me I can. So, but in the meantime, he wrote all my songs until like this period, like right before I did my album launch. I just after the motivation of him telling me that I can do it, one day I was just laying down in the bed, and I just literally just felt that urge to write. And then I heard a song in my spirit and I started writing. So for my album launch, I wrote most of my songs. And with the help of him, I wrote most of my songs.
I see. I see. So sounds like you are just the perfect partners
Yes.
for each other.
Yes. And I don't wanna leave out my parents too. They also support, they're one of my biggest supporter too. I have a family that they're very supportive. My sister, they all live in the States. They live in Miami, Florida. And whenever I'm doing something, they will fly all the way from Miami just to come. Even if it's for a day, it doesn't matter what. And even if they cannot come, they will share my music to the nation and the world. You know, they will do whatever they can. And also my pastor is His Excellency Prophet Dr. Kofi Danso from Miracle Arena for All Nations. Oh my gosh, he is remarkable. I've never met someone so, like, I don't even have words to express how grateful I am. He's my biggest supporter. Everything that I'm doing, if I just go to him, he's the one that he pushed me towards doing whatever I need to do. So I really thank God for him and his wife, Pastor Joan Danso. I really give God thanks for them. I give thanks for my parents, Errol Walker, Evan Walker, my sisters, my brothers. They're all very supportive to me, you know. I really have a very supportive team behind
You
me.
have a lot of fans and supporters, and we
Yes.
know. And something else that I would like to share with you. I have seen this so often in my life. When you talk about faith and you talk about hope, it just gives birth to love in your heart, right?
Yeah.
Faith and love, faith and hope. It's just that you cannot not love or have love for
Yes.
whoever that love be there. It just all goes together. And
Yes.
when you have faith and you do in the name of the faith, and do the right thing that your syncs with you, things happen, right?
Yes.
You talked about sold out concert, launching your album. Tell me a little bit
Yes.
about it.
Okay. So like this year was
Mhm.
I didn't plan this album at all. You'll be
Uh-huh.
surprised just to hear the story how this year, last year, I forgot we just entered into a new year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
23.
last year
Mhm.
actually 2023, it started off a bit rough and challenging, right? Because last year in February, after my husband just got some big contracts for because he also does construction. In February, my son, he was 7 then, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
Oh,
It was very, very sad because one day I just woke up and I saw that he drastically lost a lot of weight. If I show you pictures, you will be shocked. Like he was just okay this day, and then the next morning he woke up just skin and bones, dehydrated, really, really skinny. You could just see
oh,
literally you're seeing his bones printing out through his skin, right? My husband said to me, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, he doesn't look good." Right. And when I was trying to give him food to eat, he wasn't eating. He was just so weak. So we rushed him to the hospital
mhm.
because there was no other choice because just the drastic weight, like in just he went to bed and just woke up like that. And when I brought him to the hospital, I started telling them, and then I started telling them like signs and symptoms that I'm seeing, and they quickly checked him for diabetes. And when they checked him, they told me that his sugar was 45. The
Oh,
normal is supposed to be between 4 to 6. It was 45. He could literally go into a coma because how high it was, right? So for that point, they had to admit him and everything. And because of that, we had to go to the specialist, to the hospital that was an hour away from us. And we have to be there for 2 weeks because he has to be there. He couldn't
for
go home.
treatment.
Yes, for treatment. So at that time, my husband wasn't able to go to work. So he lost that contract. And during
Hmm.
that period, I don't know if I have enough time. I won't be long. I will try to summarize the whole story leading to my album launch. Right. So in that time, right after that, I think a week after, our car engine blew. So we didn't have a car. So right in that whole period, everything started happening that was negative. Like and we start losing everything. My husband wasn't working. I wasn't able to work, right? Because that time I was a stay-at-home mom because I just had a new baby, right? And
Mhm.
everything. So I was staying home. So at that time, I wasn't working. My husband wasn't working. Our car engine blew. My son was sick. Everything was just going bad for us,
Oh my
and I
gosh.
couldn't take it anymore. So I decided. I I took out a loan. And because I was renting car from I was renting cars, and anything that I get, I have to be paying for the car rental because we have to move about, right? And then after that, I couldn't take it no more. I had to bring back the car to the rental company. And then I said, okay, I'll take out a few loans just to pay for a new car engine, just to get back my own car. Because it doesn't make sense for me to be paying for rental and I'm not moving anywhere. I'm not going up. I'm just keep going down. So I decided to take out a loan. As soon as I got back my car, I was like, I'm going to take a break and I'm just going to go to Florida where my family is.
Mhm.
On the way, we drove, right? At that time, on our way, a big trailer came and hit our car of
Oh my
seven,
God.
all seven, my 5 kids, me and my husband. And it broke my glass. It broke my glass, and splinter came all over in my eyes. In my head. Splinter came. Even right now, I have splinter in my under my skin in my body, right? And it came in my son's eyes. But thank God, all of us was alive, and
Wow.
we're well, and we're doing well. So we stayed in Florida for like 2 months, because we were waiting on our car and we were also getting treatment. So everything got worse. So when I came back to Canada, I came back with bills, everything, struggles. So the only thing that could motivate me was my music. So I
Mm-hmm.
came, and when I came down here, when everything got rough, I just started singing. I just started, I'm also a worshiper. I'm a Christian. So I started to worship with that, start bringing healing to my spirit. And then something say, why don't you do a concert? Right? It just came to me. And then I said, I'm going to ask my pastor if it's possible for me to do a concert and if I can do it at church and everything. Immediately when I asked him, he was one of my biggest supporters. He was like, yes, go ahead. You can get the church, you can get the date, just plan the date, plan everything. He pushed my music, everything. And then after that, I started writing songs. Songs started coming to me. My husband started. And then I started, everything just started coming together. I start recording in the studio. My producer, he said to me that he will record when I get money. I can pay him at any time. And then start recording in the studio. Then there come the day my album launched.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah,
I
it
know
was very
it's
successful.
listening to you, and I'm just thinking, you know, we hear it so many times. When it rains, it pours. Things go
Yes,
downward spiral. I am always touched and amazed with the resilience of human being.
yes,
That it's just the test of time. You're tested to your limits, sometimes beyond limits.
that's
And
true.
hardest thing for parent is to see their children suffer. And it all comes together, and just you have to overcome it. And then the best tool you have in your toolbox there is the music
Yeah.
and the concert. Wow. So I I'm sure that concert was a big success.
Yes, it was. It was very, it was with the support of my pastor again.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, he pushed the people, he promoted it. I remember even the day before my concert, even before the concert, he told, because we have a church of over 500 people, he told the people, this is not just Christina's thing. This is our thing. We're gonna make it big. And the day before my concert, he made sure, because I got the chance to, we sold tickets and all of those stuff. And I remember he called me up and he said, anybody who didn't get their tickets, everybody need to come and buy their tickets right now before he took my tickets from me and he said, these tickets need to be done today. Everything, how many tickets you have left? And he stood there and make sure he sold my ticket off. Like he called up everyone. He said, we have to support her. This is our thing. He didn't make it about me. He make it about us.
Mhm.
Everybody needs to. And this is why I really love him so much. Even my sister, she flew all the way from Miami, Florida, to come. Dr. Eze, I thank God for her. She's also a big blessing in my life. Dr. Eze, she flew I was shocked when I saw her because I told her, but I didn't know she was gonna come. The moment I told her, that lady, she booked the hotel the same day. She bought her ticket the same minute I told her. She told me, I just booked my ticket. I
Oh,
booked my
wow.
hotel. And that was just a blessing to me. Those stuff motivates me to move forward because,
Yes.
just those people around you, the supportive system is very strong and it's very thick, and it makes me want to move forward in my music. Even when I'm discouraged, I just want to go more and more because of the people around me that is waiting. I know they're depending on me. They're waiting to see my success, and I
You-
can't fail them. So yeah,
Christina, I tell you, those are the challenges that life gives us, makes us stronger. You're a
yeah.
strong woman.
Thank you.
Your husband is the right support a right partner, and you have the um, amazing network of people around you. And
Thank
when
you.
I look at everything you're doing and what you have been through and where you are, am so tempted to say that there's a higher purpose, right? So I'm going
Yes.
to lead our conversation to something else now. What do you see in future? What do you want to tell the younger generation or people out there in general who may feel down in the dumps? Um, Not everybody has a lot of wealth. A lot of people have talent. How they turn their talent into something. And we, as human nature, we see more problems in our way than we see how do we overcome those, right?
Yes.
So, what would you like to say to people if they're feeling they're going through challenges?
I just want to tell them that with God,
Mhm.
all things are possible. There's nothing impossible once they, put God in the midst, no matter what they're going through. I can encourage them just as though I am encouraged, even when I'm going through my most difficult times. It wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for God in my life, so I would just want to encourage anyone that is listening to me
Mhm.
that you're able to do it. You just have to push. Don't give up. Because the moment you give up, that's the time you will fail, right? It doesn't matter how life gets at you, still push harder. Push harder and harder and harder. Lift your head up and you will reach to the top. No matter how it might look slow, it might look depressing, it might feel like you're in a roller coaster just going around and around. It might look like you're not reaching anywhere, but don't give up and put God at the end of everything that you do. Because when you put God first, He will help to lift you up. So I will encourage them. That's what I did. And this is why I'm successful today, and I'm still encouraging myself. And yes, you have to also encourage yourself. Sometimes you feel down and your own self, you have to say, pick yourself up. You can do it. You're able. You can do it. You're capable. So these are words. Encourage yourself. Don't give up.
You are
Stay
an
steadfast in
empowered
your
woman.
faith.
You
Thank
really
you.
are an empowered person. And I want to ask you, there's many women out there, many parts of the world, refugee women, children. Women usually end up taking care of very young children and not have resources and opportunities for education or paid work, etc. What are your thoughts on the plight of refugee women and children?
Okay, so for me, my church, I'm very much aware of the refugees because also my church right now is hosting a big, I think hundreds, maybe about over 500 of refugees, women, children, men, right? So my church have them there and they're looking after them, they're housing them, they provide an environment for them. And, I'm thinking that looking at everything that is going on, Canada is not so welcoming at this time. Um, they haven't been welcoming them well. If it wasn't for my church, then I don't know how they will be a success, right? And literally right now, my pastor is really fighting for them so to that they don't go through all those struggles that others have to be going through because right now it looks very rough for them. It doesn't look good, right? Because as I said before, Canada is not really welcoming them and the government. It's my pastor that is literally doing everything and the church, right? So right now he's doing everything in his power, and we're standing with him, including myself and the church. We're trying to stand with him to make sure they have a voice, to make sure that they don't have to go through these struggles and this repetition of all those that others went through in the past. So this is what is going on right now. So I see a bright future for them because of my church.
So the community of people helps. It's not their fault that they are displaced, right? For whatever reason, if they had to take that flight and seek refuge someplace else, they have left everything behind.
Exactly.
So it's a huge disruption in life. I can only imagine the emotional toll it would take rebuilding their lives and not having resources. So it is very difficult. And having that environment where church and community can support is a big deal. And I want to ask you a little bit more on the music side of it.
Yes.
You had successful concert, you did your album, and your children are also, I am assuming, getting into music, or they sing or play instruments, etc. Would you like to sing something for our audience?
Sure. Sure, I will. I don't have no problem.
Okay. Would you? I want to hear your voice, singing voice.
Okay, so actually my husband is here with me, but he's behind the scenes, so he's gonna just help me with the instrumental.
Camera if he likes to.
Oh, would you?
We can say hello to him.
Okay, give him 1 minute. He's gonna put in the instrumental, so I can be singing with the music, so just to enhance the old sound and everything.
Sure.
So he just want to give he just said in 30 seconds. So
that's
he
fair.
Will come on and just say hi. Yes.
Yes.
Because after all, I would like everybody to meet my biggest supporter,
and
Peter
fan,
Edwards.
I'm not looking too cute today.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm not looking too cute today. I have a bad hair day.
That's quite all right. That's good. We heard so much about you.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Yes.
Nice meeting you also.
Nice
meeting you too. So
okay,
we're ready to hear her voice.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it now.
Yeah, we'll play it now.
I love you, Lord, for your mercy never failed me. All my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire in darkest nights. You are close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend. I have lived goodness of God. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, and I will sing of the goodness of God. Hey, your goodness is running out, it's running after me. Your goodness is running out, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running out, it's running after me. Your goodness is running out, it's running after me. Your goodness is running out, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running out, it's running after me. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. Hey!
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm
Thank
so
you.
touched by, it's just like what music can create. It touches
Thank
so
you.
it takes you into a different,
Thank you so much.
yes, and I appreciate it so much taking my request to sing.
Aw, thank you.
Yes. So, I know you have a website, you have millions of fans and all of that. So we will try to mm, showcase from our side what we can do. Is there anything else that you would like to share with the listeners? Any message, parting message you would like to say?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just wanna also thank in closing, just thank Dr. Eze one more time because she also introduced me to the United Nations
Oh,
to sing.
wow.
And yes, and
Yeah.
I'll be going in March, me and my husband, and we'll be singing at an event for 2 weeks. We'll be the old singer. So I'm just really happy for that opportunity. So I really wanna thank thank her. And I also want to thank her for making me meet you, for giving me that
Yes.
opportunity to meet you. And you are a
Yes.
very wonderful human being. And it
Thank
was
you so
my
much.
pleasure meeting you. I'm happy that I know you. And I just want to give God thanks for everybody one more time. My pastor, Prophet Dr. Kofi Danso, and his wife, Pastor Joan Danso. I also want to give God thanks again for my father, Errol Walker, my mom, Evan Walker, my sisters, my brothers. And I want to thank all the listeners, everyone that is watching. I just want to thank you for watching and hearing my story. And I hope I was a blessing to you and I can continue to be more of a blessing to you. Thank you all. Thank my children, everyone. Thank you. Love you all.
I want to thank you, your family, your husband, children, that they made who you are, and then they keep your faith alive as well.
Thank you.
And I want our listener to hear that. The Women of Power platform is for women of strength. Power,
Yes.
in my opinion, is not something that you have an authority, but is that the stamina, the perseverance, the hope, the strength, inner strength that you carry is power. So, listeners out there, we all go through ups and downs of the life. Christina is one example that she's sharing her story. It takes a lot of courage to open up, and if things bring you down, it's just one day. Move on and look for that little ray of hope. It's easier said than done, but you are in charge of your own destiny. And there is a Christina in you. So wherever you are, if you are listening, and I hope that you find that brightness. And Christina, you are a blessing.
Thank you.
You inspired me so much, and I hope that, and I wish that you continue to inspire many young men and women out there, and continue this voice of yours to be that
Thank
inspiration. So
Thank
much
you so much.
at the United Nations this year.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch.
Thank you for having me also. It was a pleasure. God bless you.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode. We hope that information our guest has shared is helpful and you are taking away valuable tips and knowledge. We are committed to supporting women and building cause-driven businesses that create positive impact in their communities. Join us in the movement for change. Take action now and be part of Let's Come Together movement. Together, we can recognize, celebrate, and empower women who are making a difference in today's economy. Connect with passionate and powerful women, collaborate on cause-driven businesses, and build a better future for our